This is your market recap for March 12th, 2025. Today we played bullish. Overall, a lot of that work was done overnight. If we look on the hourly here, you can see a whole lot of that work was done overnight, like I mentioned. We were bullish today because, as you can see here, London played bearish and then switched to bullish. So that's one. Initially on for New York session, I was actually bearish because we just took out this high over here, and we would need to retrace below that in order to continue an expansion higher. So, market open, and I was expecting us to play down through equilibrium of this move or to this hourly right here. We ended up hitting that hourly, kind of closing a little below it, wicking down here, which this right here is an SMT between NQ and ES. ES made a lower low than this. So that, along with lunchtime, was a signal that we were going to see bullish price action going into lunch. Now, again, you can see bearish to bullish. We continue that, but we took out this high, so we need to retrace first. So 9:30. Wait, no, that's 8:30. 9:30. Market opens. We take out buy side liquidity here. And then we head bearish, taking out low and low in this hourly, but ultimately we closed within this 15-minute over here. Let's highlight that so we can see it on a lower time frame. All right, so we reversed there. It'll be easier to see on 5-minute or the 1-minute, but we started the move bearish around 9:40, 9:50. So the move for AM session is going to continue pretty far into the 10 o'clock hour. Here we reverse at the 11 o'clock macro and then start the lunch reversal from there. We end up coming pretty high up here. Hit this, hit a retrace, come up SMT above these highs you'll see on a lower time frame, which causes us to play bearish to start PM session. But then we hit this 15-minute, which is right below equilibrium. Boom. This yellow line here, the lower one, equilibrium. We perfectly react off of, not perfectly, but we react off of that playing bullish. Another SMT of these highs pushes us back down to end the day. Here we are playing bullish. I like this, like to continue playing bullish, but with, again, we just took out that high with news, so we need to see some sort of retrace, which is why I was initially playing bearish. Again, took out buy side, continued playing bearish, took out this low, was pretty shallow, continued lower, came up here to retrace, then came all the way down, took out this low and this low, retraced a little bit, and then came all the way back down to this 15-minute, closing perfectly within it. Macro is that reversal. Starts that move, pushes us up. We take out this high over here. Forgot where the SMTs were. I don't think this is an SMT with anything. We come down, try one more time. These highs are an SMT, right? Because ES made a higher high here. So that's an SMT, which is telling us to play bearish for the start of PM session. Also, as a retrace of this bullish move that happened during lunch. And then we tried pushing up one more time. ES made a higher high, NQ didn't. So once again, this is playing bearish down to market close. Now, I'll go over my entry real quick. I was bearish today. I was correct, technically, but the execution was not right, and it was not on the right pair. So I saw this SMT. Well, first it was this SMT with this high here. But then, oh no, that doesn't make sense because they're pretty close. Maybe I'm mistaken. But there's an SMT here, right, on buy side that I saw, which initially got me into playing shorts. Now, on the 15-second, there is an array within this minute candle after a change in the state of delivery, and then we fill that array, and I played that as short from there, right? However, if I'm bearish and we have an SMT of highs, I want to take the entry on the pair that has the lower high, right? That is showing weakness, which in this case would be ES. ES from here would just, it tumbled, right? That would have been a great trade to take. But NQ did end up making a higher high, which stopped me out, creating another SMT, and then we came down, right? You see this SMT here on the sell side, that's where ES came, and obviously with this SMT forced us to go up again on NQ, and then this SMT of these highs forced us to continue downwards like we wanted to. Now we have this macro here from 950 to 1010, which starts the retrace. Not entirely sure why this candle, the sell side wick, why it's so large. We don't end up taking these highs here. We just retrace to some unknown area, in my opinion. Constant encroachment this minute works. Then we expand lower. This is not validated, so that's not an inverse in my mind. We have this fair value gap here. So we push lower, SMT of these lows. You can play a tiny trade up here. This one could have been taken once again on the 15-second. Get one tick below these highs, but you would have been able to take some profits off with that. Then we come down, take out this low, there, enter this hourly. Constant encroachment gives us a good reaction up, and then we push lower into this 15-minute. Once again, SMT of these lows down here in the macro with the time, right? The move started around 9:40, even earlier on ES. So that's 10 minutes, give or take, after 9:30 is where it should start. We try it here. It fails, right? And then we come down during this macro. Oh, that's actually a good point. Why didn't we do it here? Because the 15-second definitely gave us something there. It's still in the macro. It's below equilibrium. Constant encroachment. That definitely could have gotten me. The only reason I would have to say to not do that is because this 30 to 45 is usually... Ooh, okay. So when the market opens at 9:30 and just immediately goes in a direction, the retrace happens at the 10 o'clock macro. The reversal of that happens... Well, there is no reversal because lunch just continues the move. Right, from 10:10 to lunch, we play bullish, or the opposite of what 8:30 to 10:10 did. Now, if we wait a little bit and then move, we're looking for lunch to be the retrace. So that's when things usually start reversing and retracing at 11, right down here. So we hit that, get a little bit of noise here, boom, up, a change in the state of delivery right there. Fair value gap created, entry there, profits of these highs, these highs, these highs. Again, price comes up, takes out this high, comes down to retrace, tries one more time, fails, comes down, takes out this low, tries one more time to take buy side before taking continuing sell side for the resume of the algorithm, right? Because we're playing bearish in AM session, so PM session wants to try that, try and continue that. We fail to make this high, SMT up there, right? This is where we see a change in the state of delivery on a 15-second, an expansion on the 15-second, and a 15-second fair value gap that could be used as an entry. Now we also get this 1 minute, but the entry on the 15-second is higher and it's more precise, I'll say, right? Because you see these wicks here, these these candles respect this 15-second. They don't respect this one. You can even see it on the minute. So we hit that, expand lower, right? Once again, below equilibrium. Oh, actually, maybe we don't reverse here because ES, sorry, I was messed up with my time. Maybe we don't reverse here because ES had not yet taken this. So there was no SMT yet. That and the time. Now here, we react at this 15-minute because equilibrium is right above it. Right? So we hit this once again, macro. It's the low of the move. Get a move up, down. I'm sure there's a 15-second here, which is getting respected by this. Get another expansion. Minute fair value gap right there. Get enter that, target highs throughout here. Once again, another SMT. So if you were in a trade and there's an SMT that occurs on your, like the side of your profits, I would just start trailing my stop, right? So let's say, for example, SMT happens here, right, on this candle. As soon as I see that, my stop comes up below this. And then as soon as we make forward progress in a big expansive candle, boom, this one, my stop's below that, right? And so expansive candle, stop goes below here, boom, we get stopped out close to where the highs are. Now again, macro, before the last hour of trading. Last hour of trading tries to touch untouched liquidity. These SMTs up here, in my mind, protect these highs, even though they are 3 relative equal highs. They're not relative equal on ES. So the untouched liquidity after this for both pairs, ES and NQ, is sell side, which would be down here. So a pretty rangy day, if I'm being honest, but it all makes sense. Now, what I am looking to do is enter more on the 15-second. I've seen today and yesterday both a lot of entries on these 15 seconds with SMTs in the macros that just absolutely bang. Even if they're not huge momentous moves, like this one here. This one here could have netted you a 1 to 3, right? So they don't have to be huge. They don't have to be, high to low. They can be, which is great because that on the 15-second you're allowed, because you see the arrays smaller. If you know what you're doing, you can have a smaller and tighter stop loss, which then means your profits are projected further and further and further. Yeah, pretty lackluster day. A lot of the move was done during overnight. If we look on the higher time frame, again, the daily fair value gap low is somewhere down here, right? And we are playing bullish, just slowly. We opened at a discount Thursday, CPI or PPI or CPI. I think it's PPI. Yeah. Now we rejected off this, so tomorrow I'd like to see if we can break through that. Since we did open at a discount, I don't think I need to see another low below this one right here. We can get one, but right now I'm looking at these relative equal highs up here. That makes sense to me to see those taken, and then kind of maybe the same thing as today, honestly. But again, we'll see. We react to price. We try to predict it so we're prepared to react. That's what I'll say. So yeah, this has been your market recap for March 12th, 2025.